Thank you very much, Roland. So we've got about 5 minutes or so for questions. So there's a few that have been sent in. I think it's really interesting to talk about your move to a more peer-to-peer architecture. Do you think that's something that is becoming more common, where people may adopt a peer-to-peer architecture first, rather than sort of a more centralized cloud architecture and then move bits away from the cloud when required?
That is a very interesting question. I think you should not reach for that first. You need to first understand why you need it. Because going peer-to-peer implies, this loss of control. You split up your problem into many pieces. So you need to understand why you're doing it. Otherwise, you'll probably make the wrong decision.
It's also interesting how mute buttons work on microphones. It's also interesting how you can sort of go the other way. You're talking about moving data into the cloud from the machines, but only when it was required for management, rather than that kind of being the default. Again, do you see kind of applications for that sort of thing? Maybe even GDPR-related things, sort of only becoming a controller of the data when required?
That's certainly an aspect. Although for the GDPR, I must say, Jonas also said against sourcing can be problematic. We of course also worked on a solution for how we can modify or erase information. The first thing that we need to do there is make sure that you don't put information, if you can, you don't put information in there that is possibly governed by this. But then when and where to send data is something that we should look at anyway. I mean, that always makes sense. If you send like 1,000 images from that camera per second into the cloud just because the data are there, obviously you need to have the internet connection to make that work. So you need to put that in the planning from the beginning, and privacy is just one of the concerns. It's also about the rates and whether you need it. You pay for it, so you should better have a good reason to do it. That's my approach.
Another question we've had coming in is, moving out to a more peer-to-peer architecture, how does that affect how you're able to deploy new fixes and new versions of the software?
We're also disseminating new versions of the software in a peer-to-peer fashion, which we found makes it quite nice to operate, actually. There are tools appearing, so this peer-to-peer space it used to be just for pirating videos at first, but obviously it has much more serious applications now, and we see tools like the DAP project or IPFS that work in a peer-to-peer fashion where you can just put something on there, and then it will even optimize. It will only download it to the factory once, and then you can use these JSON JavaScript assets, for example, from all the devices. So this is how we deploy new software versions, for example. The tools are slowly appearing that take away some of the pain by offering, let's say a very peculiar set of functionality, like IPFS does, a small set of functionality, but it does that very well. So it's I like that. That's really the Unix philosophy. It doesn't do pipes. Joe Armstrong wouldn't be happy, but still, it's very useful.
Okay, thank you very much, Roland.